Hey everybody, it's me, Gregory Mannarino. How are you today? It's Tuesday, July 17, 2018. The opening bell went off less than 15 minutes ago. I wanted to get this video out as soon as possible. Very important stuff going on here, and frankly, this is... I hate to have to say this for those out here that are losing a little bit of cash here, but this is the dream setup for a trader like yourself and me right now. Again, on Saturday, this Saturday just passed, I explained to you in my look ahead segment that I believe this market had the potential to sell off Monday and Tuesday, today being Tuesday. And I had said that this would be an opportunity for us all here. Now, let's back up to yesterday just a little bit. The market finished mixed yesterday. The Dow Jones Industrial Average put on a fractional gain. The other indices finished in the negative after kind of a wild ride throughout the day. But I also explained to you yesterday that the losses in the market were muted. They were muted because of two factors. Number one, that bond market. They got in there at one point yesterday, despite bonds selling off, and they started propping up those bonds. That stopped the bleeding in the stock market. Financials caught a big-time bid yesterday. That also helped prop all this up. Now, what we're seeing here today in this market, now, none of you are I don't want to say dumb enough, but maybe I should use that term, to believe that Netflix missing has anything to do with what we're seeing here. Absolutely not. I mean, come on now. What we're seeing here is a market that just needs to burn off a little bit, and that means opportunity for you and me, period. Now, don't try to get fancy here. You could do that. You could get here and start buying puts on this, that, and the other thing. But why? Why would you do that? How many of you out here believe that we just saw the top of this market? In other words, yesterday that's it. That was the beginning of a downward spiral, and this is all over. It's not going back up. How many? Put your hand down, please. It's not true. Market is going up. And this sell-off here, it's nothing. When I just, actually, let me give you a real-time, here, where are we? See if I can get this to work here. Here. The Dow Jones Industrial Average is down about 65 points, or 0.27%. S&P 500 is down 0.21. NASDAQ 0.36. I mean, come on. There's nothing going on here. So don't get panicky. And you do what you want, but my advice is to not get fancy. Just what I'm going to do today, I'm going to sit back once again and watch this. We're going to hear from Federal Reserve mouthpiece Jerome Powell. I think he's going to be talking any moment now before the Senate Banking Committee. I mean, I could go off the deep end here on imbecile versus gang of imbeciles, however you want to put this together in your head, but this has the potential to move markets either way. Just sit back and watch the festivities today. Keep your powder dry here and just wait. That's what I'm going to do. I can promise you, this guy sitting here in this chair, I have everything ready to go, but I will not fire until I see the whites of this market's eyes. That's the truth. And I am going to rip the face off of it so hardcore, it's not even going to be funny. And that's what I would suggest you to do as well. Let's talk about a couple of other things real quick. They're buying up bonds right now a little bit, not off the Richter scale or anything. The dollar is catching a bid. Metals are getting cremated. Silver is down about 1.5%. Gold is down about 1% or so. Are you surprised about that? I'm not surprised about that. But anyway, let's keep our eye on all these things. So the moral of the lesson right here is do what you want. But I would suggest to not get fancy. Let this burn off. Yesterday's losses should have been much greater than what they were. And I explained this to you in yesterday's video. It's crazy how the losses were muted because of those two factors I just covered. Let's hope, really, that the sell-off today maybe gets a little bit worse than we're seeing here. I want to see this market burn some off, but we'll see how that plays out as well. So anyway, with that said, my beautiful Lions, we will sum this up at the end of the day, and I'll tweet all day long, and you'll be able to catch what's on my mind. See ya.